so rich you could buy an entire neighborhood, and yet you refuse to pay for your son's medical care just to save a few bucks. Let me introduce you to Hattie Green, also known as the Witch of Wall Street. She wasn't a witch in the broomstick sense, but she was one of the strangest, stingiest, and richest people in American history. Born in 1834, Hattie inherited a massive fortune from her family, and instead of blowing it on gowns and parties like many wealthy women of her time, she went straight to Wall Street and invested her wealth. She was a financial genius, as she was buying up stocks, bonds, and even entire railroads. She was a master of buying low and selling high, especially during financial panics when others were too scared to act. At one point, she was worth around $100 million, which would be over $2 billion today. Although, despite being unimaginably rich, Hattie was obsessed with saving money. She wore the same black dress every single day. She never turned on the heat or used hot water. She ate cold oatmeal for breakfast because she thought cooking was too expensive. She even moved from a cheap apartment to another just to avoid paying taxes in any one state. Her frugality went to shocking extremes. One time, her son Ned injured his leg. Rather than taking him to a hospital, she disguised herself in rags and tried to get him treated at a charity clinic. When they recognized her and refused, she stormed out in anger. The injury got worse, but she still refused to pay for private care, and eventually, Ned's leg became infected and had to be amputated. She was a billionaire, yet her son lost a leg just because she didn't want to pay a hospital bill. It could have just been like a drop in the bucket of her wealth. To add more on her strange behavior, Hattie also didn't trust banks. She carried around her bank books and stocks in a big black bag, like a traveling vault, because she didn't trust banks. In fact, she often lent entire cities money when they were in financial trouble. At one point, when New York City was in financial crisis, they borrowed money from her. She charged them interest, of course. Hattie Green passed away in 1916. When she died, she left behind one of the largest fortunes in the country and the legacy as the ultimate miser. Some say she had undiagnosed mental illness. Others say she was just brutally practical. Either way, she went down in history not just for being rich, but for being weirdly rich. So next time you're microwaving a cold meal, wearing the same hoodie for the third day in a row, or hesitating to spend on something small, remember, you're not cheap, you're just channeling Hattie Green. So, would you rather be filthy rich or just filthy?